Hi, Craig Ridley here from Your Business Coaching Club, and in this video I want to talk about how you can effectively manage your sales lead process. Now, I think it's fair to say that to many small business owners, the sales and marketing process is a complete mystery. Everyone understands that you need to get out there and market your business in order to create the sales, but that whole concept of being a salesman and actually selling something can often absolutely make our blood run cold. Not many of us see ourselves as natural salesmen, and we really envy those that can get out there and do that selling, but it is something that we all need to be able to master as part of our responsibility to our small business. In so many cases, I've seen small business owners just throw good money after bad. They run an advertising campaign or a clever promotion strategy that could even be developed by a consultant that we met at a networking event last week, and there's a hope that having spent that money, the new customers will just come flooding through the doors. But most times those customers never flood in. They might dribble in, we might get a little bit of success, but I wouldn't say in a lot of cases that by running a one-off event that those customers come flooding in. And what do? We throw up our hands, we call the campaign a failure, and we go back to what we were comfortable doing. And more often than not, that again is concentrating on the operations of our business, managing our staff, making our storefront look really appealing, but not spending a lot of time in that sales and marketing process. But every now and then a miracle happens and something actually works. We stumble upon a marketing strategy that actually generates an inquiry or 2 or 3,000 or 10,000, but it actually works. Now what do? Well, this is where your well-designed sales strategy needs to kick in. Once you've captured your sales lead, it's absolutely critical that you maximize your chance to convert that lead into a paying customer. While marketing KPIs are all about looking at the number of leads you generate and the cost to get that lead, a sales KPI needs to be focused on the conversion rate of those leads to paying customers, and also on the amount of money that each customer then spends with you. So the marketing KPIs are a little bit different to sales KPIs. Marketing KPIs, how many leads do we get? What is the cost of each of those leads? Our sales KPIs, what do we do with those leads? How well did we convert them to paying customers, and how much money did we make from those customers that we generated from our marketing? Let me give you a process here that I'll step you through. So 6 phases of lead management that will help you achieve a higher sales conversion rate. The first phase, absolutely imperative here, that you make sure that any marketing that you do, any campaign that you run, is properly targeted to your ideal customer type. And in that way, your sales leads that come to you will already be warmed up to your business, will already be warmed up to your selling proposition. So it's really no use going out there and marketing to people who really are never going to buy your product or service anyway. And if they do somehow become a lead and make an inquiry, then it's going to be a really hard sell to get them to part with their money and buy your product or service. So the first step is to make sure that your marketing campaigns are properly targeted to your ideal customer type. And we've covered that in previous videos and previous blog updates. The second phase is to qualify every lead that comes through to you in terms of their sales readiness and their potential lifetime value as a customer. Again, you're going to get a number of leads that really are unlikely to turn into much value going forward, and are going to be really hard work to try and actually physically turn them into a sale. So you need to have a process there where you qualify every lead that comes through to make sure that we understand how sale ready they are, and also whether they're going to be valuable to the business or not. The third phase of the process is then to prioritize those leads for follow-up based on whatever your qualification process is. So you might decide to concentrate on those that are going to be the easy sales and the quick sales, or you might decide to focus your initial energies on those that are going to give you the biggest value going forward. However you do it, just make sure you have a system that prioritizes those leads so that you can then structure your follow-up process. The fourth phase, once you've got those leads in there, is to absolutely nurture them and build solid, meaningful relationships with those leads, with those prospects, rather than coming across as a salesman and trying to sell them stuff immediately. The sales game has completely moved on to where it was a million years ago, as you'd expect that it would. Traditional selling and the stuff that we probably think selling relates to now was all about getting out there, getting people to realize they had a need, and pushing your product down their throat until they decided to sell. These days, selling is all about building relationships. If you think about who you buy from, you don't buy from anyone unless you trust them, that you know them, and you have a sense of general happiness, I guess, when you actually physically make that transaction. So it's no different with your customers. Selling is about building relationships and building long-term relationships. Depending on the type of business you're in, those relationships may take a long time to develop before they get to the point where someone will buy your product or service. In other businesses, you may only have a very short period of time to build that relationship and make that sale. In particular, things like online sales or retail sales may well fall into that category. The fifth phase is to make sure that we use some form of CRM system so that we can properly manage the sales process, and in that it should keep you focused on building the relationships and making sure you persevere with that relationship until you achieve the sale. So there are lots of CRM packages out there that you can buy and set up and use, and they are most of them are absolutely fantastic. But look, you really don't need to spend that much money. A simple spreadsheet or even a paper-based system can work really well for you. All you need to do is be recording the relevant information about your prospect and running a contact schedule that keeps you on the ball to make sure that you keep contacting those leads, keeping you focused on who is important in that database, how far your relationship has gone, and what it's going to take to make that sale. It's all about perseverance these days. You will more often than not, you will not get the sale in that first point of contact. You need to continue to build a relationship, persevere until you do finally achieve that sale. The final stage is obviously the evaluation and feedback system. So constantly evaluate and measure the success of your sales system. You need to look for ways to make improvements to that conversion rate. Continue to monitor your conversion rate, tweak your process, measure the impact of that, and continually, constantly build a better system. So the success of your sales lead management system can be measured by looking at the sales conversion rate, that is the number of new clients you get divided by the number of leads you get, and also by the customer acquisition cost. So look at your total cost of marketing divided by the number of new clients that you get in. They're the two KPIs that I would track in your system initially, and if you keep tracking those systems constantly and acting on the trends as you see them developing, then over time your sales conversion process will improve to the point where you're getting real value for money from all of your marketing activities. Improving your conversion of leads into sales is an absolute surefire way to massively increase your business profit. And it really is pretty easy to achieve if you just follow that 6-step process that I've just outlined for you. So I hope that video was useful to you. If you want any more information on how you can improve your small business, then follow our business improvement blog at yourbusinesscoachingclub.com, and obviously from there, as we always say, feel free to join our free online business coaching program, and we have a structured step-by-step system there where we can help you build a better business model and turn your business into what we call a high performance business. So again, I hope that video was useful for you. My name is Craig Ridley. I am your online business coach, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Goodbye.